Hello and welcome back to the breakfast meeting with Miki Tui. Now, one of the most important times of this year and seasons and what's happening right now is the Hijjah or Hajj. I don't know which one, how do they say it? Let me now learn it right. Is it Hajj or Hijjah?
Hajj.
Hajj. Ah, good. And we're here with Weli Travels to talk about why it's important and why they are coming together to ensure that everything around it goes well with a comprehensive guidance to spiritual and health preparation for pilgrims. Joining us on the show this morning is the head of Hajj and Umrah at Weli Travels, Sheikh Didat Kakoza. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sister.
Also joining us is an in-house nurse for Weli Travels, who is Hajat Faika Adams. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Now, first off, give us a bit of a highlight on the and a reflection on the April Umrah journey.
Thank you so much, sister, for this auspicious moment to get the opportunity to address our viewers who are our supportive customers, clients throughout the years that we've been in the business. We greet them with the greeting of the dwellers of Jannah, that Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, which simply means that peace be upon you. And as you've just talked about it, we've just come back from the Umrah of April. April package is that package which happens to be between Ramadan and Hajj. We usually have one package that happens between Ramadan and Hajj. For those clients or the pilgrims who fail to go visit the Kaaba, the Holy House, during Ramadan, we usually avail them with the opportunity to go and also perform pilgrimage, the lesser pilgrimage actually, in April. And we thank God that it was a successful journey from the onset from Entebbe until the day we came back to Entebbe, because we had the opportunity to do all the spiritual activities when the numbers were very few, because after Ramadan, usually the Kaaba becomes a little bit more accessible. The numbers go down. People travel back to their home countries, which availed the April package pilgrims the chance to enjoy all the spiritual activities without the commotion that we usually know that happen in these places all over the year. So it was really a successful journey. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first for that, and again our clients who are usually supportive and also obedient throughout the journey.
Okay, were there any memorable moments that stood out for you during this particular journey, and also any testimonials or anyone that gave you a message of how their experience went?
Some of the memorable moments that we can even talk about, we had some members who are less, whom we could call the disabled ones. But due to the less commotion during that time, they all managed to reach the Kaaba. I know all the viewers have seen the pictures of the Kaaba. It's always crowded.
Absolutely.
But due to the less commotion, even the disabled managed to reach the Kaaba. With those pictures that are being shown on the TV right now, you can see that it's very difficult to reach there for someone who is a bit weak. But even the elderlies that we had, the disabled that we had, everyone got the chance to touch the Kaaba and to reach all the special places.
Be able to fulfill their spiritual...
To the maximum.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that we celebrate that happened in the April journey, which are rare in other journeys for those ones who are not very, very energetic.
Okay, okay. So help us break down what the itinerary looks like and how the time spent in Mecca and Medina was structured throughout, and of course also how this balance enhanced the pilgrim's spiritual journey.
Yeah, nowadays, actually for April Umrah, we decided to have more days in Mecca, because in Mecca we have a lot of spiritual activities that take place in that place compared to Medina. Medina, even 2 days are enough for you to encompass all the spiritual activities that take place in Medina. But for Mecca, every day comes with a new special spiritual activity. So we made our itinerary in a manner that favors the spiritual intentions of our clients, that we spent in Medina 4 days, 6 days all were spent in Mecca, and we managed to have a program on each day that would lead us to the Kaaba as a group. We had actually more than one Umrahs, the lesser pilgrimage. We performed that one that we performed on the first day, and we also organized after like 2 days another opportunity for those ones who wanted to perform on behalf of their loved ones who are deceased, those who are unable because of physical challenges. So in Mecca, our itinerary favored our clients so much that they at least got that opportunity to go and do all the spiritual activities needed, the circumambulation around the Kaaba at least once in a day, and also visiting the holy places in Mecca and praying the congregational prayers in the holy masjid, in which a congregational prayer is equivalent to 100,000 prayers prayed all over the world.
Wow.
So with these extended days of 6 days and more, it gives them that opportunity to at least maximize when they are in those holy places. But these are chances which do not happen to repeat, easily for many people. And we usually make sure that each and everyone, for the time they spend in these holy places, they become memorable and things to turn on in all over their lives until they go back. So it was really a wonderful journey, well prepared according to the itinerary, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to always bless us, serve our clients beyond their expectations, and we hope we did it even in April.
Indeed, indeed. Now, Hajj can come with its own challenges, and we're definitely going to talk about how you, as Weli Travels, ensures that people are catered to during this entire journey, the transport, accommodations, and so many more things that we're going to talk about. But let's take a moment to talk about, one, what are some of the health risks that are associated with this journey?
Thank you so much. Good morning, dear viewers. Let me salute you with the best salutation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Faiqa Adam, the in-house nurse, Weli Travel. It's a pleasure to be here with you today and share a glimpse into the world of healthcare from the front lines as you embark on your journey. There are very many health risks that we always encounter, but we're going to talk about a few. One of the most common health risks that we always find are musculoskeletal injuries, and this mostly affect the bones, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, and the nerves. Due to the prolonged periods of standing, prolonged periods of walking, because you find that you always move from Muzdalifah to Mina, that is like 7 to 10 kilometers. That is quite long. Circumambulating around the Kaaba, so this put pilgrims prone to getting injuries like spraining the ankles, strain, blisters, and many others.
Okay.
Yes,
so how do you manage these kinds of situations? What do you usually do? Of course, as Weli Travels, what strategies do you have to mitigate these risks?
First, before traveling, I would encourage whoever is going to embark on this journey to at least start preparing the body how to start doing some physical exercise, because this helps strengthening the muscles, such that when the time comes for the journey, the body is already used to this. Then also, during the journey, I would advise someone to put on shoes that are really comfortable for them, because this Hajj involves a lot of physical activities. Yes, please.
Okay. So A couple of things that are absolutely important are things like staying hydrated. How do you ensure this for your travelers?
On that note, let me first talk about the issue of heat-related illnesses.
Got it.
The place where we always perform our rituals from, it is a desert environment and it is always very hot. And we expect by the time we're going for Hajj, it is going to be around 39 to 43 degrees Celsius. So that's going to be way hot. And you find that people get issues like dehydration, heat-related, like heat conditions like exhaustion, heat stroke, and many others. So I would kindly advise whoever is going to embark on this journey to at least carry a bottle that will help him or her try to refill each time, every now and then, to make sure they hydrate. And as Weli travel, we always make sure before our clients move, we provide them with portable umbrellas that help them not get direct exposure to sunlight.
I think I saw one of them in the videos with that umbrella that helps to protect them from that kind of sun exposure. And what about when it comes to things to do with, for example, recommended vaccinations and medications and treatments that are necessary for this trip? Which ones are those, and also how do you manage them?
Let me begin with the vaccines. The mostly wanted vaccines are COVID-19, and that's well known.
Of course, because of the crowd that we expect.
Yes. We have the one that is called meningococcal or the meningitis vaccine. We have the influenza. We have the yellow fever vaccine. And then when we come to the medication part of it, there is no specific medication that is really needed for someone to travel. But for people with chronic illnesses, that's why we come in, and then you find that you advise them to go and visit their doctors before traveling, because for them, they have specific medication that they always take.
Okay.
Yes,
so
please.
For those who take medicines, do you take note of these, or do they manage this themselves?
We always take note of that, because we always conduct health screening processes before traveling.
Okay. How do you handle situations that occur while they're already there? Do we have any procedures to handle those situations?
Yes, please. As we travel, before traveling, we make sure that we travel with at least 95% of the medication and equipment our pilgrims might need. In other words, we create a hospital environment outside hospital.
Got it.
Now for like people who are diabetic, we make sure that we move with a glucometer machine that help us monitor their glucose levels. For people who are hypertensive, we make sure we move with the BP machine, and then the pulse oximeter that always help us monitor their oxygen levels.
Okay, that's very interesting how you are able to cover all of those important areas. Another very important area is accommodation and transportation while they're there. How do you manage this?
As we usually actually mention and also inform our clients that our services are based on the convenience of our clients. So when it comes to accommodation, we always seek the best accommodation for our clients. Actually, we don't have less than 5-star accommodation in all our journeys because this provides them with a close proximity to the Holy House, and also it helps them to avoid some of the conditions that the in-house nurse has just talked about, like exhaustion and also dehydration. Actually, on the issue of avoiding dehydration, accommodation always comes with meals which help them, keep hydrated. We provide them with a buffet in the morning, breakfast, a buffet lunchtime, and supper. This keeps them, hydrated and energetic enough to also, to attend to all the physical straining activities that are inevitable during Hajj. So, and when it comes to transportation, it's the same case, that we always endeavor to choose the executive and comfortable transportation, which helps our pilgrims to lessen, the fatigue expected, and exhaustion. Yeah, the strain.
Okay, now one very important conversation that we seldom have is the fact that with modernization and the world becoming a global village, sometimes the youth or other members of society might not really understand the importance of such religious and cultural acts such as Hajj. Help us understand the significance of Hajj. What is it? What's the background? Why is it important to every single Muslim?
First, I would like to thank you for this important question, because it serves the interest of many, mostly the youth who are out there, who see it as maybe an elderly journey, you know, for those ones who are close to their graves still, you know. So, but these spiritual journeys are very important in each and everyone's life. Actually, during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad, people used to travel with even their babies. One time, a lady raised a baby and asked the Prophet ﷺ that Ali had a Hajj. Even this one has got a counting Hajj. The Prophet told her that, yeah, the Hajj counts for that one, and you take the rewards because it's a baby. So these journeys are very important in our lives, no matter the age. Even if you're a youth, if you've got the financial ability and the physical ability, you should endeavor to perform them. Actually, it's better to perform them when you're still energetic enough, because there are some inevitable moments where your body strength is very, very important. Like these distances that we trek on the 10th day, which happens to be the Eid day, the Eid Adha day. We walk for around 20 kilometers, no transportation at all. All transportation is halted to avoid the crowds, because we are usually above 3 million. So with such condition, all the roads are closed for cars. You have to walk. So whenever you indulge into these journeys when you're still a youth, it helps you a lot.
It's easier for you.
It's easier. And why is it very significant in our lives? One, Hajj is a pillar of Islam. Islam is built on 5 pillars, one of them being Hajj. So if someone misses Hajj without any excuse, a Hajj is only excused from someone who has got, who cannot physically, due to medical situations, who cannot physically travel, or that one who is financially incapacitated. But if you've got no excuse, you have to perform Hajj to fulfill the 5th pillar of your religion. And the Prophet ﷺ encouraged us to perform them repeatedly. He said that perform Hajj and Umrah repeatedly. Umrah is the lesser pilgrimage, and Hajj is the greater pilgrimage. He said for that one who performs repeatedly these 2 activities, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguards you from poverty and also expediates your sins. Everyone who is living would like these 2 privileges. No one is pleased to be a poor person, and no one wants to meet his Lord with the baggage of sins. So whenever we perform these spiritual activities, we earn these privileges. We cannot talk about all the significances, but at least these ones can illuminate
the critical
for
ones.
anyone who would like, or who has not been taking it very serious.
Okay.
And with performing Hajj, you get that opportunity to seclude yourself for the purpose of your Lord, at least for the 20 days that we spend there. For the lesser pilgrimage, we are usually there for 10 days. People come here when they are, at least now, energized to perform other forms of ibadah. Because, you know, when we are in Kampala, you're distracted. Even if you go to the mosque 5 times a day, but you're not fully concentrated on your Lord, because there are a lot of distractions. Have to attend to business, have to attend to family. But these 20 days gives you the opportunity to seclude yourself for the purpose of spiritual enhancement. So we encourage each and everyone to make sure that they at least fulfill these pillars that are very, very important, and their benefit starts to serve while you're still living. There are some spiritual activities that you get the reward after meeting your Lord, after death. But when it comes to Hajj and Umrah, before you die, you start to get
reap
to
a
reap
few of the benefits.
from the benefits of Hajj and Umrah.
Okay, take us through some of the rituals briefly. Just tell us what are some of the rituals that are critical during Hajj and Umrah.
Hajj has got pillars like any other form of worship, but these pillars are derived from the lecture that Prophet Abraham got from Jibril alayhi salam. The rituals of Hajj were taught to Ibrahim by Angel Jibril alayhi salam, Gabriel, and they were transferred until they reached Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No rituals of Hajj which were started by Prophet Muhammad. He also inherited them from the prophets that came before him. And actually the books read to us that all the prophets after Ibrahim performed Hajj, and there is proof to that, save Prophet Isa or Jesus, who never lived out to the end of his life to die. That's why we the Muslims, like any other spiritual belief, we believe that Prophet Isa, Jesus, will come back and he will live the rest of his life and die a natural death, and that will also enable him to perform Hajj like other prophets.
Okay.
So these rituals that Angel Gabriel taught Prophet Ibrahim, first we will have to, when we reach Mecca, we will circumambulate the Kaaba for the circumambulation, which is like a greeting to the Kaaba. Then the initial activities will start on the 8th day of the month of Dhul Hajj, where we will head to Mina. We spend a night in Mina. Mina is a desert where there is a lot of tents. All the pilgrims converge there to meet, greet each other, and also dwell into all forms of ibadah, worshipping Allah, remembrance of God. There is no luxury there. That's why we spend all those nights in
It's just
tents.
you and your God.
Because some of the intents of Hajj is to show us the equalness between humans. Even the rich will have to put on like the poor, and they have to eat in the same plate. We share each and everything to humble us, to cut our pride. So in this desert, we get to meet each other. We associate with the elite and those ones who are less fortunate. We all spend the night in this desert. And from there, on the 9th day, which is the day of Arafah, we proceed to another desert, which is the desert of Arafah. And this desert, the books also show us that it is the exact desert in which Adam alayhi salam descended in from heaven. So most of the friends out there, they know that Adam came from heaven, but they don't know where he descended to. But the books show us that he descended in this desert of Arafah. So we spend a full day in this desert, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Actually, all the rituals that we are mentioning, they centralize on uplifting our connection to our Lord. So in Arafah, we dwell into supplications, prayers for the entire day. We are standing, worshipping Allah and praising Him, asking for forgiveness, asking all the privileges, and also praying for the people whom we leave behind. On the 10th day, actually in the evening of the 9th day, we proceed to Muzdalifah, where we spend a night and take a rest from the fatigue attained while standing in the desert of Arafah, which usually happens in those hot temperatures that the nurse talked about.
Yeah.
So we take the opportunity to rest in Muzdalifah for some few hours. Muzdalifah is around 3 kilometers from Arafah. So after midnight, people start to throng to Jamarat. Jamarat, these are the pillars where we cast the pebbles. These pillars are significant because their history roots from the time of Prophet Ibrahim and his wife Hajar and Ishmael, the son. Because for Hajar, he had two wives, Sarah and Hajar. For Hajar, he brought her to Mecca. This is where the history of Mecca connects with most of us from Adam. So they was trying to cast Satan when he tried to stop or to distract Prophet Abraham from slaughtering Ismail, because it was a promise. He tried to slaughter his son, but Satan tried to stop him. So he threw it a stone, and when he tried, it failed with Ibrahim. It proceeded to Hajar to try to distract her, go through the wife. Again, Hajar was very firm, and she also threw it a stone, and it proceeded to Ismail to try to distract him, to make him disobey the father, and Ismail also did the same. So we also do these activities in commemoration for their
As a
strong
symbolic
point,
point to resist the devil.
to resist the Satan and the devil, the power. Even us, it shows to us that we have the power to resist it. Whatever, temptations that you're going through, when you remember these activities, it gives you the strength to also fight back against Satan. So from there, that usually happens on the 10th day, which is the Eid al-Adha day. From there, we proceed to the Kaaba. We circumambulate around the Kaaba 7 rounds. And from there, we drink from Zamzam. Zamzam is now the oldest well in the history of mankind, because it has been there since the time of Abraham. And this water is spiritual because it ranges out roots from the time of Abraham. It's known from the time of Prophet Muhammad. Even Muhammad came and found it there. So we drink from Zamzam. We proceed between the 2 hills of Safa and Marwa. Why do we run between Safa and Marwa? There was an incident which happened between these 2 hills where our mother, Hajar, the mother of Ishmael, was running between the 2 hills looking for any caravan to rescue her child, because Abraham had left them in this desert where there was no any cultivation, no neighborhood, no nothing. So when they ran out of food and water, she started running between the 2 hills. She never gave up. It shows the spirit of motherhood. So we also ran between these 2 hills to appreciate her perseverance, and also to appreciate all the mothers all over the world for what they go through to see us alive and smiling. So as she was running between these 2 hills, that's when the angels came and dug a well, which is still running till now, under the feet of Ishmael, from where she drew water, and she fed her child. And this water attracted the neighbors to Mecca from that day. Before this water, Mecca was a desert. No one was living there other than Hajar and Ishmael. But after the source of water happened to be there, they started to throng to Mecca. Till now, it's one of the most popular villages.
Most important sites in the religion of Islam. I love the breakdown. Thank you so much for that breakdown. It helps us to understand a lot more the rituals, the background, and why they're absolutely essential to everyone. And understanding this, there are people who are curious to know, how do I perform this? How do I be a part of this? Tell us about some of the packages that Weli Travels has ready, especially with the overview of the Hajj package.
Yeah, when it comes to Hajj, we actually only have one package. And more especially that Hajj has got specific days that it has to be performed in. So we endeavor to provide our clients with the platinum package, because there are other groups which serve other packages, the lesser than platinum. But we felt that the people or the society was missing this service, which is the 5-star service. It usually helps those ones who are less privileged when it comes to the body physique, and all those ones who would like to maximize while they are the other side. With the comfort comes maximization when it comes to the spiritual services. So in Hajj, we only provide the 5-star services, and allow me to actually thank our clients, and actually through NBS and your sister channels, because this is through the channels through which we reach out to all our clients, that for now our Hajj package is full. We have closed, and we are going to embark on teaching and the Hajj seminars starting with this weekend. They will be open for everyone, but mostly our clients, to start teaching them, walking them through the steps, how to perform Hajj and Umrah. This breakdown will be a little bit broad in these seminars on Saturday. For those ones who cannot join us physically, we'll broadcast these seminars on our platforms through TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, live, inshallah. Starting on Saturday, we'll be doing the same, and we'll be inviting all the notable sheikhs in the country to help us understand step by step how to perform Hajj. But again, we give them a comfort note that we be with them every step of the way throughout the journey. Okay. We travel with them, the nurses with us, with the park, with the group, and other sheikhs, until when we come back here. So they be following us at every step of the way, so that they don't get lost or feel deserted, because this is not a Weli travel. For us, we try to deliver beyond the expectation.
Wonderful. And as we come to a close, how does anybody get in touch with Weli Travels?
We are located at Laudel Road. Laudel Road is next to the Ministry of Public Service, and it's also opposite Platinum Hospital there in Nakasero. We are on plot 1, Laudel Road, Laudel Towers. It's a glass building. We are on the first floor. And you can reach us through our lines, which is 705-5555-57. It starts with 705, then it ends with 7, the rest are 5. 705-5555-57. You can also contact us through our Twitter, which is at Weli Travel, and again through TikTok. Again, it's the same name, Weli Travels. And we are all on also Facebook. We use the same name as Weli Travels, and all the social media platforms.
Indeed.
We are open from Monday to Saturday, 8 to 5.
Indeed. For you to have a good experience with your spiritual self and get in touch for your spiritual journeys, do reach out to Weli Travels with the contacts and the pages and the social platforms that he has shared. Thank you so much, Sheikh Didat Kakoza, who is the head of Hajj and Umrah for Weli Travels.
Pleasure.
And of course, we can't possibly close without saying a special thank you to Hajjat Faika Adams, who happens to be the in-house nurse at Weli Travels and who would be accompanying you for your journey to ensure that you are absolutely healthy throughout until your return. Thank you. And with that, of course, we encourage you to get in tune with your spiritual side and make sure that you fulfill these obligations, because they can give you, like he said, benefits in life and after. Kitui Flo is my name. This is The Breakfast Meeting. Good morning.
Scared because I came first